The vice president attempted to do a negotiation in Pakistan, and when he finished, and there was no meeting of the minds, he went to a microphone and he said, "We can't allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon." This was an administration that took a deal that was controlling Iran's program and tore it up. And Donald Trump is now waging a war with our troops being killed and others being injured and civilians being killed and dollars being expended, Americans paying more at the pump, to try to find a deal on a nuclear weapon that he had and tore up in his first term. Let me read a sentence from the first page of the deal that Donald Trump chose to tear up. Iran reaffirms that under no circumstances will Iran ever seek, develop, or acquire any nuclear weapons. He had that deal, and he tore it up, and now American troops are being killed as a result. Oh, and now the president is undertaking military action to reopen the Straits of Hormuz. They were open on the 27th of February. They were only closed because, again, of this war of choice, illegal and unwise, that is killing Americans, killing civilians, and wasting taxpayers' money. And that's why this group is growing. We're filing war powers resolutions. We have colleagues who want to avoid at all costs a public discussion of this war, the lack of a rationale, and the consequences of it. We will not let them do so.
The Senate Foreign Relations Committee has still not had a single open hearing on a war that has cost more than a dozen American lives, that is devastating the American economy, that has led to the outbreak of crippling regional conflict, and is costing tens of billions of dollars. That is absolutely extraordinary. We have 6 new colleagues who are announcing this week that they are also filing resolutions of disapproval, which means we have lots of resolutions teed up to continue to make sure that we have this debate and this vote on the Senate floor. I think Senator Kaine is right. As this war grows more and more unpopular, as the cost to regular Americans gets higher and higher, as this president's incompetence grows clearer and clearer, it is going to be harder for our colleagues to continue to unquestionably support this war. It is unreal that we are sitting here talking about addressing a closure of the Strait of Hormuz by closing the Strait of Hormuz. It sounds like it's out of a comedy, a science fiction movie, but America sees this for what it is, a war of choice that is costing American lives and American treasures. So what we're here to say is just very simply, if our Senate Republican colleagues won't do the right thing and have a debate and a vote, our numbers will grow, and we will continue to force this debate every week on the Senate floor.
The American people don't want higher costs. The American people don't want higher costs for food. The American farmers don't want higher costs for fertilizer. The American people do not want this war.
Tried to get us out through a negotiation the other day. The vice president spent 21 hours, and at the end of that negotiation, I understand that the president was at a UFC fight, enjoying the evening with his Secretary of State. In what world does that make sense?
And when asked what his mission is, what's his purpose, what's his exit strategy, how will this war end, he says it will end when he feels it in his bones. But the most disgusting thing about this war is what President Trump said last week, that he wanted to destroy an entire civilization. Not only is that a war crime, not only is that against the Geneva Convention, it's inhumane and it's disgusting. The American people will not stand for this kind of presidency and this war. He doesn't have a strategy, he is reckless, and frankly, he is insane. This is why we are introducing these war powers.